Okay, this is part 2 of me talking to my siblings again. So I gave her a couple of days, and I got a text from her. I remember being at work, and she said, "Hey, Victoria, I'm sorry. I know I kind of fell off for a few days. I just needed some time to think. It was a lot of information, and I was like, I totally get it." And I was over there like just that hyper little puppy, like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, I found my, and she's just like, whoa, Nelly, calm down, in a minute. And then I was just like, I had to respect that. So she told me, she said, our brother is going to be coming out here over the weekend. I told him that you reached out, and she said we would like to set up a time to talk, where we could both talk to you. And I said, great, sounds great. So that's what we did. I opened up a bottle of wine. If you hear noise in the background, it's the dryer. It's loud. My daughter came over to do laundry. You know how kids do when they're adults. Anyways, love my kids. That's totally fine. Come over, get something to eat, do your laundry. I love my kids. Anyway, I'm an emotional freaking roller coaster right now. What the hell? Okay, pull it together. All right. Okay. Is this 50? Like, I don't know if this emotion's from being 50, if I'm PMSing, because I'm in that break. Okay, that could be a whole nother topic. Sorry. I'm gonna stay on topic one of these days. I'm gonna learn how to do that. Okay. So, we set up the time to talk, pop a bottle of wine, one of the big bottles too. We start talking. She tells me my brother's there, and he said hi. He's not much of a talker, so she was doing most of the talking. And I remember her main question, and I'm gonna be honest with you, in the moment it kind of hurt my feelings. However, I completely understand where it came from and do not blame them at all. Her question was, why now? Why all of a sudden? And it made me feel like, wait, what? I've been looking for you guys. I've always wanted to find you guys. It's not just a why now. It made me feel like I was just this random person that popped out of the blue, that maybe did one of those, what is that called? The 23andMe, found them and want money or something like that. And my thing was, I told him, I promise you, I will never ask you for a thing. I will never ask for anything. I don't want anything from you guys other than a relationship. That's all I've ever wanted. And I felt so robbed of having this relationship with my and to be on your mother's side. It's bad enough to have kids out there that you're not close with, or siblings on your father's side, because sometimes, that happens. It shouldn't happen. It should never fucking happen. I don't know if you know where that's a movie quote. Anyway, it shouldn't. But for your mother, for your mother, you don't have a relationship with the siblings from the same mother. That is not normal. And again, it is of no fault of their own. My mother just really should never had children. She was just not maternal. She didn't have the best mother. We got all kinds of nonsense in the way. She didn't have the best mother, and she just didn't get that mothering gene, I guess. I don't know. I didn't have the best mother, but I think I'm a pretty decent mom. Anyway, we talked for hours. That first conversation, for hours. We laughed, we cried. She kind of used me as a timeline to figure out some stuff, missing pieces from her childhood or their childhood. And I was all for it, still all for it. She can call me at any time and be like, hey, I was just thinking, why, blah, 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 blah. And as long as I have the answers, I'm going to give it. Because they deserve that. So I remember I was feeling pretty tipsy because I drank a good part of that bottle that night. Like I said, we talked for a good 3 or 4 hours that night. And I could hear her drinking and sounding like she's feeling a little bit good. And I said, hey, sister. Well, I didn't call her sister then. That's what we call each other now. When we talk, we're all, sister! Anyway, I love her. When I was like, the bartender in me wants to know, what is your drink of choice? And she said, gin and tonic. And I said, no fucking way. That was our mother's drink. And she's like, oh, you're fucking kidding me. And I was like, nope. I said it was either that or 7 and 7. She drank both of them. And she drank a lot of them. So we had a really good first conversation. And then we would talk like sporadic, like when we both had time, we would talk. And then we decided we wanted to meet. And we got to know each other a bit before we really decided, okay, let's do this. And throughout that time, we'd talk and get to know each other more, and it was pretty cool. And then we set up a time to meet. And they have this, she lives in New York. I won't say, well, I could probably say the area. It's not like you know where her house is. But she lives very close to Long Island. So, yeah, I'm going to say where because I'm going to tell a whole nother story. Anyway, so the area that they lived, they have this lobster festival thing in August. And it's like the first weekend of August that they've been going to ever since they were little kids. So she was like, her and my brother were like, I would love if you guys could, or if you could come out here. Ooh, shoot, excuse me. If you could come out here and you could see what we grew up around. I was like, wow, that sounds awesome. So we planned it. And I got my shifts all covered for work. I was taking off, I want to say it was like, I forget, 5 or something days, 4 or 5 days. And the night that I'm about to fly out, about an hour or two before I was supposed to be to the airport, my sister calls me and she says, have you checked your flight? I said no. She was like, it was canceled. I was like, oh my God, you gotta be kidding me. It was still around like the second coming of COVID or whatever, and they canceled the flight. And we tried for hours. Her and her wife tried, and I don't know if my brother did, but my brother, his wife, and kids were out there because they came out there too to meet me and to spend. Well, that was their thing, anyways. They would go out there because he doesn't live in New York. So they were trying for hours to find me another flight, and it just was not working. So I said, well, oh, and my oldest daughter and my oldest grandson that live in New York, they were supposed to be going out there too, to meet them. And I was just like, well, maybe it wasn't meant to be right now. I'm very big on that. And even though it was, a letdown, at the end of the day, it just wasn't meant to be. So I went back to work. I told everybody, I said, hey, unless you want my shifts, there's no reason for me to miss work. There's no reason for you guys to have to do my shifts. I'll just come back. So I think I took off the next day because I was up really late we were trying to figure that out. And it was, a letdown, whatever. So I went back after that, and all my regulars were like, oh my God, because I had been talking about it for months that I was going out there, and they were so excited for me to meet my siblings. And I think they were actually more upset than I was. They were like, oh my God, I was like, guys, sometimes things just aren't meant to be when it is. Who knows what might have happened? Maybe there would have been problems with the flight, or who knows? Maybe something would have happened when I was who knows? It wasn't in my hands. Sometimes God knows better, and it was in his hands. It was his call. So, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make a part 3. I would love it if people could like, comment, and even subscribe if you're having a good time here listening to my crazy life stories. And that'd be awesome. I appreciate it. I'm gonna because I don't want this to be too long, so I'm gonna make a part 3. Okay, I'm gonna upload them at the same time so you guys can watch it at your convenience. Okay.